Alaska, where there are old triumphs, but also new frontiers, with challenges as great as the state itself, but a belief that the best is yet to come, bringing you the faces, the places, and the spirit of the last frontier. This is Frontiers.
Welcome back, everybody. Businesses in Seward were preparing for one of the busiest tourist seasons on record. Then all the cruise ships canceled their voyages amidst the coronavirus. KTVA's Heather Hensey shows us how those companies are left scrambling to readjust.
The small city of Seward offers more than just a scenic downtown. It's the gateway to Resurrection Bay, an outdoor playground teeming with wildlife.
You know, it's rare in this world to be able to get out and see all these animals in their natural habitats.
John Coffey is the captain of the Kenai Fjords 360, operated by Major Marine Tours. In light of the coronavirus pandemic, the company is making changes to its operations. That includes taking out more private tours and restricting the number of passengers on the public cruises.
So generally this boat holds 150 passengers, and now we're limiting it to 50.
Company owner Tom Tugas also owns the Harbor 360 Hotel. He expects the lodging business to be down up to 80% this summer.
If I hadn't been here so long, it would probably force me out of business, but we fortunately have been very cautious about our debt, and although now we're taking on additional debt to keep our employees paid and keep our bills paid.
Tugas is one of many people modifying how they do business in a rapidly changing economy.
Appeal to our local tourism market, that there's still Seward, Alaska to come down and see, of course. So we've had to switch gears as far as our marketing, but unfortunately that's not going to make up the bulk of the difference. Is that what we're going to lose?
Elliot Jackson owns 9 businesses in Seward, including 6 restaurants. Without the high volume of cruise ship passengers, Jackson likely won't open the Chattermark downtown or the Crab Shack near the harbor.
Most Alaskans don't really need crab, but the Alaska Seafood Grill will probably do crab across the street.
The city of Seward usually sees more than 400,000 visitors every summer. Without those people filling the streets every day, the Seward Brewing Company is cutting back on service and will only be open for dinner.
So if the revenue's not there, you have to cut costs. It's hard to forecast because you don't know going into the summer how it's going to be. And that's been, I think, the most challenging thing for us in a lot of places.
In addition to being a major cruise ship port in Alaska, Seward is also known as an Alaskan hotspot for the 4th of July, as thousands of people turn out for the annual Mount Marathon foot race. For the first time in its 93-year history, the race has been postponed.
I think the runners were really understanding, but I think the community just understanding the economic impact of that loss is, it's disappointing.
But the Seward Chamber is still planning on 4th of July festivities, including fireworks and a parade. Streets that are normally blocked off for the race will be open for vendors to spread out.
So we can stop people walking around downtown, have the streets closed off, but still really being able to move about without being compacted in there.
People in Seward expect more in-state travelers will take advantage of what Alaska has to offer. Liquid Adventures kayaking guides love showing off the icebergs at Bear Glacier. Owner Brendan Ryan says he hopes Alaskans will explore their own backyard, which would give businesses like his a small boost.
Until the middle of next summer is where we need to get through with little to no business and still feel like we can survive. And we're almost there with that. So if we can do that, then any business that we have, especially from Alaskans, it really helps us just actually be able to get through and make sure that we can do it.
They're limiting the types of trips they offer and trying to keep guests socially distanced, which is a little easier outdoors in kayaks. Ryan says business right now is about going with the flow.
Rather than stressing out over the things that we can't control with the business, we've started looking forward to kind of refocusing our efforts on offering trips actually to the people that live here, which is a really great feeling. Silver linings everywhere.
Silver linings that will help them survive an uncertain summer. In Seward, Heather Hensey, KTVA 11 News.
Silver linings, got to find those, don't you, these days? Next week on Frontiers, Soldotna and Kenai, still recovering from last year's Swan Lake fire. We'll be discussing the impact that fire is having on the community. It's this time next week here on Frontiers. Our Season of Change series continues.